Good afternoon, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone. My name's Priscilla. Heather's down below, my co-host. And today we're lucky to have Valerie from Illumination Portal. Yay, Valerie. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. I
We
love
love
coming.
having you. It's so much information.
Oh
Oh,
my
look,
goodness.
people in the chat. We got
Yeah.
Teresa and Bora Bora, and Laura Hammond Davis, and Art Kemper. Welcome, you guys. So glad to have you here today. We're going to talk about the new moon in Gemini and a whole
Woo.
bunch of other things that are relevant as well.
That's
So I
happening
put and other celestial events
Yes.
right.
because we have a few of them.
Yes, we do. Oh
When
my
you
goodness.
start adding those,
How's the weather with you guys? Today is beautiful in
Yeah.
Fort Collins. The sun's out. There's not a lot of cloud cover. Yesterday was kind of gray and cloudy, but today is beautiful.
well,
Yeah.
yesterday morning, it was like it was hailing. It was so loud. But I think it was just raindrops. But it was,
Wow.
Mm.
yeah, but it was so loud. Of course, I'm on the top floor, so I hear more than some people. I guess. I don't
What about you, Val? Where is it that you live?
I live in Virginia, Carrollton, Virginia.
Virginia.
Right outside. I used to live in Virginia Beach and I moved an hour north.
Right.
It's beautiful. It's always sunny and beautiful pretty much. Storms come through, they go pretty
Yeah.
quick because we're on the on the shore right
Right.
there.
Yeah.
On the coast right there.
Yeah, I know that area because Scotty was stationed in Virginia Beach for a few years when he was in the Navy. So
Military
You're right. Beautiful. Yeah.
everywhere.
Navy.
Yeah.
I've never been. Hi,
No.
Larry Hunsinger and Teresa Hadarian. Nice to
Hi.
see you all here. We're going to talk about celestial events today. Yay. We've got Valerie to tell us and explain to us all the
Good
things
thing.
going on.
Yeah, hold on to your hat because we're in Gemini season. It's very fast, right?
And 2 X-class flares yesterday, sun flares.
Really?
So the
They're
energy
here.
is insane.
Our producer's here.
Oh my God, our producer's here. David Reese.
Hello, David.
Oh, we love you, sweetheart. Thanks for
Yes, we
dropping
do.
in.
We miss you.
Oh, yeah. David's the one that put
Got
our
us
channel
going.
together for us and taught us how to do everything.
Yeah.
He
I'll
taught
do
us how to
it.
talk. He taught us what makeup to wear. He taught us everything.
Oh, that's
Thank
an
you, my
angel.
love. We sure
Yeah.
do miss you.
We miss you a whole
We
lot.
do.
Channel angel. What a nice thing to have. Wow. That's beautiful.
Aw.
Yeah.
He's a sweet man. He is the news producer for what channel? I don't want to say the wrong channel, David. He's a news producer for out in
Thanks,
Palm
David.
Springs.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I love it. Even compliments today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty great too, young man.
Yeah, you do look good.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that is brilliant.
Yes, that's wonderful.
Okay, we know, Valerie, that May was a big month.
Oh.
Now we've got June.
Yes. So we went through, let's see,
News
Aries.
director for Palm Springs, for NBC Palm Springs. Thank you, love. I didn't want to say the wrong channel.
No.
Oh, yeah. We love you, Angel. And
Yes.
by the way, the van it will be at the conversion company this week. So I'll be coming to Palm Springs before you know it.
You better
Off
bring
the
me.
Joshua tree and
Nice.
I get to see that van.
you will.
Okay.
Definitely. You'll have to go with me on some trips.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be doing the show from the van. So yeah,
We can handle that.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
pretty cool. Okay, Valerie, over to you. Sorry, I just
Yeah,
got all
sorry,
excited
we were
talking
just-
to David.
Okay. I'm just okay. So Aries season, the beginning of the new year, technically, was I am. Taurus is I manifest. Gemini is I think. So it also rules the twins. It likes to have fun. It's very, flirty, outgoing. It's what we do day to day and who we interact with. And
Right.
where we put our focus is everything. Okay. I say this a lot in all the shows, but this is really important this month. Gemini can go too fast. It's important to have a solid foundation in yourself, know where to put your focus, be able to bring yourself back to center, because there is going to be a lot more information out in the world all around us. It's just the way it is in Gemini season, and you see what's going on in the news. So that's just going to keep ramping up. Gemini's, it is, like I said, it's the fun sign. It wants to learn. It's brilliant, really. Brilliance comes out of there. But if you're not focused, you can waste all that brilliance. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about first, because, well, you could see social media, the internet, it's just coming at us so fast. It's just information overload. And it's so easy to get wrapped into that. I don't mean to say don't, but really try your best not to get
Don't listen to the news.
Ride the wave. Don't get down in those dips.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. It is, it's pretty treacherous down there. But so, yes, May was intense. Well, let's go back 5 years. It's been intense. And truly, we've been releasing. Was it ever going to end? Is it ever going to end? How much more is in me to release? But we're right. The door's open in here. Not saying that's going to stop.
Well, I felt a lot of release last month.
Yes.
There was a lot of stuff that came up that I had thought was long dealt with. And
yeah,
there
I
always
find
seems to be more.
I'm having some of the same old nightmares I used to have. I'm going, but none of it ever happened. It's just showing up again.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, that's another thing with Gemini. You will receive information from your team. Things that need to come out of our bodies usually come out in nightmares while we're sleeping. It's just like our mind is turned up really high, so it's important to keep focus on that. Keep directing yourself. I know I'm easily, I got squirrel syndrome, and I can easily get off.
I love it.
It's bad. But
this morning, I was unpacking boxes. I brought some boxes over from my daughter's house last night, and I'm busy putting on makeup, unpacking boxes, and setting up the show for today all at the same time. I'm like, what is wrong with me?
Yeah, I found I was multitasking the other day. I'm going, I haven't done this for a long time. I'm doing this and this and this and this.
Yeah, it's immediate. Yeah.
Well,
it is immediate.
One of the things that you were talking about earlier was one of the asteroids that is super important right now in our life and as a collective, and that's Sedna. Can you talk a little bit about what Sedna is bringing to us?
Okay, Sedna is a Inuit goddess. She's an asteroid. She has a 11,400 year orbit. This is the closest she's been to our part of the solar system. I mean, since before any of us were alive. So, but she is a very long time. But she is about sacrifice and transformation. The story is kind of, it's pretty tragic. I don't know if you want me to talk about the story, but it is
a tragic if you like, because it's tragic, but it's also beautiful.
All right. So she gets married off and doesn't want to be married, and her father comes and gets her on a boat, and a storm comes up because the wizard she was married to brought up this intense storm, and the father gets afraid, so he throws her overboard, and she's trying to hold on, and he cuts her fingers off. So she goes down into the sea and transforms. She's the one who created in the Inuit lore. She's the one who created all the critters of the sea.
The dolphins and the whales and the turtles and everything came from her fingers.
Whales, everything came from her fingers, So she sacrificed herself, and she, you know, for a while before her dad came, the story as she was isolated, she was pretty much a prisoner. Like most female goddesses, I think that's just been the running theme for female goddesses for the last 26,000 years. And you know, this is deep, 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 like pulling things out. Like we're all saying, things are coming up. You don't know why. This is, and this could be lifetimes ago. We're not really going to have a definition for how we feel all the time. And I know that I'd like to find out why. Well, what's this from? Let me fix it. Well, it's gotten to the point it doesn't even matter what it's from. Just feel it, love it, release it. You know, that's kind of the pattern I do. But so she represents the deep-seated wounds of the collective conscious. She represents the unknown, mysteries, primordial forces of nature, guardian of the threshold between the known and unknown, representing boundaries. Okay, so she's like right at the Oort cloud, and when she's closest to us, that's a boundary point.
Right.
For all of space, or all of our local space. Human consciousness, keeper of the memories of the past. Now, I want to say something. The collective memory and Akashic record. So this is interesting. But it's to clear it. It's not to sit there and go, oh, that was, you know, I mean, she could go on and on about how devastating life was, right? But she doesn't do that. She stands up and helps us work through that. She's a symbol of a survival in extreme conditions, resilient, and survival against all odds. She's the Inuit goddess of the sea, marine life, and distant, mysterious nature. And she's in the Oort cloud, symbol of exploring the unknown for humans, discovering the mystery of being human. So as we release all these, the devastating things,
Right.
we ask, who are we? And that's kind of been the question that's been coming up for the last few months. Well, who are we? Who am I? And how do I want to go forward after all this healing? And we've all gained so much more knowledge and understanding. Our skills and abilities have been turned up. We're healers, psychics, and light workers, level workers, energy workers. So this is big because we haven't had that much clarity in 26,000 years. And we're just right out there, right at the door. It's not like we're going to turn everything over in a minute, but we are exploring ourselves. And that brings us back to Gemini. I mean, deep exploration, research, the brilliance that can come from Gemini. If you don't get taken off your center, I'm seeing the cartoon
So
where
easy to do.
What's the cartoon where they pull you with the cane?
The cane.
Yeah.
That's what coming out of a
Stage.
breakout room reminds me of. You know how the breakout room will just take you back to the main room? I always feel like, I've been pulled by that cane.
Oh, and let me say this. So everybody entering Gemini, which is a huge stellium, again, was in Aries. It was in Taurus. Everybody is going like, I think it was January when everybody went by Pluto. Well, not everybody's going by Sedna, all the personal fast-moving planets. So Mercury hasn't even got to Gemini yet, and Mercury rules Gemini. But Jupiter's there, and Venus is there. So on the 4th, we're going to have a Venus-Sun conjunction,
I don't know.
and right next to it is a Jupiter-Mercury conjunction. I just want to get that out because all of these planets in Gemini, it's just going to be on steroids, especially Jupiter. It just expands everything. Venus is asking us, what do you love and value, and only focus on that. really focus in Gemini.
Only
So,
focus on what we love and value. Let all the noise out there in the mainstream be chaotic as it wants.
mhm,
But it's really
Just leave it
important
there.
for us to focus
yeah,
on what we truly want for ourselves and the planet, what we
yes.
want for the collective.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't
isn't
think
that
about
the
what,
truth?
I was going to say, don't think about what you don't want, only what you want.
Yeah.
But isn't that the truth? We're in this new energy, in this starting the new era, but it starts with us first. We have to bring in our dreams, our wishes to this new world. And that's how everybody will build off each other, because we'll see it's safe. I mean, that's the first thing, the safety and security, Aries, Taurus stuff. Um, am I safe to come out and be who I feel I am inside of me? We're talking psychics and mediums and things. It's not easy to show up as you are in your authenticity. But
Mhm.
we're all psychic and mediums. We all have that ability. It's just
Mhm.
it's part of what was taken from us, part of the destruction of what Sedna is going to readjust. She's going to reassess it. Here's where you were taken off your focus, out of your heart. Let's
Right.
put it back into it. So Jupiter, the Sun, Venus have already went by her, and Mercury and the Moon are coming up in a couple of days. I just wanted to say that.
Right. Okay. I don't know how we're going to go through these.
It's okay. Just talk. Just read them and out. If something
Okay. What
comes
about
in,
Mercury entering Gemini on June 3rd?
2 days.
And what about it?
Okay, so that Mercury is Gemini's ruler. He rules that sign, and he also rules Virgo. But remember, he's a wizard. He's brilliant, Mercury. He's also known as the trickster. He's also, but he will deliver. Okay, this is the cool thing about him. He will deliver the information you're seeking, that you want to learn about, if your heart's in it.
Right.
And that's if you're not focused and being serious, neither is he, and that's where the trickster thing comes in. So that he's gonna be quick through there too. Him and Venus both change signs, the 16th and the 17th, and they'll be entering Cancer. So that's the next season. But in the
Oh, I
meantime,
see. Yeah. Down here on the 16th and 17th. Okay.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, it's going to help us get our game together, right? What do you want to create? What does that new life look like? Well, when we get to the Jupiter, I'll explain that one. But it's his home sign. But he's
So it's
excited to be
very
there.
powerful, but you
Right.
have to be focused, otherwise he can trick you. And
Absolutely.
what was I going to say? And with the new moon right there as well on the 6th, then it's so important to verbalize what it is we want for ourselves and the new earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the new moon. It's time to write it down, send it out
Yeah.
into the universe.
Yeah. Everything's
Journal.
coming up very quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, do rituals.
Yes, and that's especially good for today too, because it's June 1st.
Right.
And it's blow your cinnamon in your front door, say rabbit, rabbit, those types of things. There's we can engage in this energy from a heart-centered space and create the life of our dreams. It's no
Absolutely.
longer is it the old construct that you have to be disingenuous and step on others and all that. That's not that's not the new earth we're creating.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah.
Well, do you want to go back and talk about Chiron conjunct Mars on the 29th and what effect it has on the collective?
Well, and we can see really clearly what happened. Mars was going by, right, next to, together, going over Chiron, or in Aries, our deepest wound, the collective wound, one of them. And so that was a dense energy. I remember feeling it. And we had, say Mars went by Chiron. A lot of times that'll trigger the X-class solar flares when another sign is near another sign or another sign coming up to the sun. The very next day, we got the information about the verdict. So that was exactly what I was expecting.
Right.
We were going to hear some sort of news, but it could have went in either way, But that shows me that it went, and I'm not trying to, let's just face it. He's caused a lot of problems for America and the world as PTSD. He's
Absolutely.
not best person out there, and he has gotten away with things for so long. It's time that anybody like that, anything like that, gets
Exposed.
Yes, healed. This because to expose it means we can heal it. Before that moment, we were. I know if this happened to me. I was so tense when I heard the verdict. It's like this huge release just left my body.
I swear it was a planetary lightning.
Yeah,
I swear the whole planet lightened up for
it did.
I think we were all holding our breath.
Yeah, and how harsh that energy is, moment to moment, day in, day out. It was really dragging us down. And we can see that there's a new earth coming in. There's new energy. We're ascending. We're in higher consciousness, however you want to say it. This is truly going on. It's in the astrology. Once that Pluto goes back into Aquarius in January, we're just on new ascension.
Change is coming and is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's here. Yeah. Hey, White Dragon.
Hi.
So when this week was also about the Mercury, Uranus, and Moon Saturn conjunction, and see all the karmic cycles related to struggles, bringing unexpected growth and awakening, overcoming struggles.
So
we prayed for more coming out of challenging situations due to personal growth. I would think that was a challenging situation for that particular person. Healing, overcoming stagnancy, progress, forward motion, bringing ease, joy, happiness, new achievements, and a sense of achievement, harmony, alignment, peace, reconciliation, clarity, understanding, soulmate and twin flame reunions, great times and magical experiences, sacred and fated rewards and relationships. So that was like last week or this week for this?
I have a chart for that too. Hold on. Let me see which day it was. I think it was May 30th. Yeah, it was May 30th.
Yeah.
And so these things were happening together, right? With the Mars Chiron, and right before that, Mars went over the North Node, our way forward. So he went over that first, then that verdict came in. That's our way forward. Here, these two, Mercury and Uranus, Uranus is a higher octave of Mercury, all mental, very electricity, overthinking, brilliant thinking, genius thoughts, them two together. Wow. But it is like lightning. It is like the body's getting too much electricity sometimes. And you probably were thinking, because I know I was feeling that, but the X-class came, so I've attributed to that. But all of these matter. They all, and that's another thing with Gemini. It does affect your nervous system. This is why it's so important to be mindful of where your focus is, because we can get ourselves spun out really quick if we're not paying attention. And stuff like this, Mercury Uranus conjunction, Moon Saturn conjunction, they're all talking to each other, updating each other, and it is bringing in new ideas, new inspiration, but it can be overwhelming too.
I was going to say, I think it could be overwhelming to the point where you find yourself taking a nap and you didn't mean to.
Absolutely. I'm for that. I'm all for it.
I'm for that too. I kind of like that. Hey, Heather,
You didn't mean to, just all of a sudden you were asleep.
yeah. You want to read this one, Heather?
Sure. The human collective consciousness is healing through many layers, and currently one of them is feeling of guilt. This is a feeling that is rooted in judgment, for it enters blames selves or others for outcomes that are not reached, or it was distorted, causing pain amongst humans. And this may also be showing up in your individual life. As you commit to your new frequency and continue to be true to your path of ascension, there can be remainders of guilt for leaving situations, people, places, or even beliefs. You do not want guilt to be the thread that connects you to old and the past. Instead, you can replace it with gratitude. Gratitude for having had the right teachers and lessons and the obstacles that were divinely placed in your path so that you could evolve for your highest good and the highest good of all. May your heart continue to open and expand so that gratitude continues to grow.
Oh, that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It is beautiful. And that's, I mean, those are the higher octave.
It's like you need to think about it differently.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of, I'm sorry I did this, is, well, am I glad that taught me?
Yeah. Yeah. Everything's a lesson.
Yeah.
I know my God suggested to me quite a while ago to be grateful for every moment of my existence. It brought you to who you are now. And that goes for everybody. Mm-hmm.
I agree. Okay, what's this one about? You're ready to have more, beloved. It's time to receive, especially your rainbow light body. Oh, I'm ready.
That's
This weekend, you may feel strong and confident to make the changes to get you where you want to be. You are supported and guided in doing so. The first step can be admitting to yourself where you are shut down and blocking yourself from receiving. Are you in your own way and self-sabotaging? It's time to stop judging yourself and others and open your heart. Let love guide and protect you through this growth cycle of expansion. Trust that you are wiser, more balanced, and capable of protecting yourself from something bad happening. This is a new story that is based on love. Take the offer of love. Life force energy and masculine feminine unity. Return to your naturally reoccurring state of creating and birthing of your daily reality. It's already within you. You simply need to align the details and feedback within so you can redirect for focus of being a master creator without.
It kind of reminds me of one of the card readings that I had where we get in our own way. And sometimes we need to ask somebody to help us get out of our way.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything is fine.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of reminds me of that, you know.
And the rainbow light body is really important. I've seen rainbows now 2 months.
Yeah, you've been seeing them for a while.
On everything. And if you pull that rainbow bubble around you, I see it's an iridescent rainbow bubble. It really does feel so good. And any, if you're struggling with your throat chakra or your crown chakra or your root chakra, they want the colors to be utilized. Heal yourself with that, because that's all frequency. And those the colors are becoming more vibrant. The frequency of things is more vibrant. And
Right.
as we use those things on us, we become more vibrant. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely does.
Cool. Because I just love the rainbows.
I don't know if you want to go through this one or not.
Let's see. Okay, June 3rd, 4th. Okay, June 4th is important. A Venus star point, meaning Venus Cazima the sun, meaning Venus conjunct next to the sun. She's getting her, not everybody, but a lot of Uranus, Jupiter, Mercury will go Kazemi on the 14th. This is important. Now, this is new information going forward. That's what the sun's doing with everybody that he conjuncts with. So this is Venus's turn. This is what only focus on what you love and value. Has what you love and valued has it changed? Is it upgraded? Do you feel like it's upgraded? Are you just doing things because you're expected to do these things? You know, whatever that is for your life.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really, really give a pause because, okay, I want to go back, I think it's January, every month. And well, okay, let's go back to the new year, April. Every month, Venus and Mars have been together at some point in the same sign. So what that's doing is every time that happens, it's upgrading the divine masculine and divine feminine. Okay, so when this happens, and you got to think, remember I don't know if y'all remember last August when Venus went into Leo and they conjuncted really close there, Mars and Venus.
Mm-hmm.
And then Venus went retrograde. She had to release a lot of things that were holding her back, you know. So here we are. She's upgrading. They're upgrading together. Each month they're going to be together for at least a couple of days. It is to bring in that new information. What does it mean to be divine masculine and divine feminine in these new energies now?
Right.
And we ask ourselves those questions. And then what was June 6th is the
New moon.
And you want to do intentions, your water. Please make a list. This is like the first time, you know, we've been keeping the list going and writing out the intentions and our goals or wishes, whatever you want to call it. Really, I mean, your biggest wishes. There are no limits. Don't put a limit on you. There's no limit of money, time. I know it sounds like I'm just talking to BS, but it's true. Give it a chance. Experiment with spirit and your spirit team and see. Give it a chance.
I figure I can manifest a parking place, I can manifest much bigger things.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I manifest front door parking quite frequently.
Well, we do that a lot.
So it's the same technique. Start small and realize that you can go huge. And that's what our guides are telling us. Don't think like small human beings anymore. We're becoming light, luminous. What is it? Homo luminous. We're becoming light body.
And the other thing I wanted to say is don't think that you haven't done enough in the work to be able to manifest. My dad didn't believe in any of this, but he manifested a front door parking space every time.
And like
every time we went anywhere,
if you can do something like that, you can do big things. It's all about frequency.
And that's the biggest thing, right? Because all the rainbows, all the colors, it's all a frequency. Each color has its own frequency. We're raising in frequency. The 12 universal laws, I've talked to them with you a couple of times, so I'm going to do another series on them and combine them with a planet. So it's going to be pretty cool, or a zodiac sign, I should say.
Cool.
It's going to be cool. But it's us who has to learn, okay, the law of attraction. Well, how do I do that? There's 11 other laws. We have to, you know, and they're subtle and they happen so fast. But if we don't believe or have faith in anything we're doing, we can't go anywhere, you know? Give yourself that chance. Mars enters Taurus on the 9th. Now that's interesting because Mars is in Aries, his home sign right now. And he loves being in Aries because he just go. He does what he wants, you know. Well, it goes into Taurus and he's had time to think. So he is cautious when he's in Taurus because Taurus doesn't like to rush, you know. Mars.
Taurus is more plotting.
Right. And if you're getting that, don't rush. Step back, really listen to that. because that's another thing with Gemini. You're going to want to jump the gun. You want to go before you're supposed to, before you have all the information. Don't do that to yourself. Let that Mars guide you in there. Really, just take your time.
Right.
Because we also have Jupiter went into Gemini on May 25th. Expands everything, and it can be really beneficial, but it can be really detrimental too if you're jumping the gun and Jupiter's sitting there and you make a wrong move that could really blow up in your face. That's what Jupiter's really benevolent, but you gotta think, and that's the whole point of Gemini season. You really
Think.
look at all your options.
I used to say Jupiter was the giving planet. For
Mhm.
instance, if your refrigerator was along the line of Jupiter in your apartment or your house, you would never go hungry. On the other hand, you might have a weight problem.
Yeah,
Right.
You know,
that's Jupiter. Yeah.
that's Jupiter.
Oh my goodness. So it's, just take your time. There's no rush. We're not
Think
rushing.
about it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, here's a light one. Gemini folks be like, falls in love quick and gets over it quick. Laughing in serious situations, randomly disappearing for weeks, being an elite level investigator,
yes.
losing feelings quickly and getting bored easily, having a comeback for everything, saying bro romantically, always serving looks, doesn't care about your opinion.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm not
And
that familiar with Gemini, so I'll have to go with
well,
that.
we all have Gemini in our chart, right? We're all these
Sure.
signs. So when you're thinking or planning, or that's your Gemini aspect of you bringing in how you express yourself, communication of every kind, what you look for. So just keep that in mind. We all have that in us. We all have a little sassiness in us too. So,
Oh, a wee bit.
a little bit. Hi, Randy. All right. Today, Moon conjunct Neptune. Okay, so Neptune is at 29° Pisces. This is powerful. It's going to sit there, Neptune, until March. It's going to retrograde, I think, back to
Wow.
28. Yeah. So 29° Pisces is the last degree of the entire zodiac. That's everything. It's everything and nothing. And everything and nothing 20,000 times. I don't know how to explain it. But Neptune is going to sit there, and as it does, those of us who have are in our awakening, we know what's going on. This is going to awaken a lot of people that you would think would never understand any of this. People are going to need help. They're going to need assistance. They're going to feel lost, But on the other hand, Neptune in Pisces, 29° Pisces, also is going to bring in I keep seeing telepathy. Our skills and abilities are just things that we don't even know are possible yet. The way we heal each other, again, with frequency.
Wow.
It's just brilliant. So the moon sitting there, right, is giving our emotional body. It's going to go fast, but it's doing it right now. Going to give our emotional body a more elevated outlook on relationships in the future. It's not needy, but it's seeing that we're each individuals, and we each, we have our own likes and dislikes, and that's okay. If you don't do everything I do, well, we can't be together. I know people like that, so.
That's weird.
Allow everybody to be who they are.
Okay,
Exactly.
let's see what we got. Okay, there's Hypnicity. Here's the planetary alignment. It's today through the 3rd.
And then there's one on the 6th too. I think it shows it. Because the sun and the moon will
What
be
does
on
it
it.
mean when everything's lined up so beautifully like that? Astrologically, is there any
I think what I think it means is, well, they're vibing off each other. They're exchanging more information. And not only that, the information coming from the sun. I mean, interesting. We'll probably see the sun definitely shoot off a lot of flares during this time too. That's going to bring in those higher light codes
right?
as it's clearing out any other density in there. But yeah, this is elevate this, and this happens about once a year, and it elevates the, everything's in cycles. They constantly move across each other, near each other. They exchange information. They each are their own divine being, the planets, and
Mhm.
they have agreed to assist us and Mother Earth in ascending. So it could be, I mean, I think it's just going to be like mind blowing stuff. We're just getting into the area of elevation
Right.
that has left the clearing part, and we're going into the creating part.
I'm really going to be happy when we do that, when we can leave the clearing part behind and be more creative rather
Yeah.
than more clearing, because that clearing shit it can be a lot.
That's tough. Yeah. Yeah. I figure it's like a scale. Your clearing right now is holding everything down. Eventually it'll come up and go
Yeah.
the other way. Hopefully.
I mean, I really do believe we're like onions. You peel off a layer and then there's another one, and you just keep peeling and peeling and peeling.
Absolutely.
Ugh.
All right. So the moon, went across Pisces, went through by Neptune. Now, first he's going into Aries. Mars is there. Chiron and the North Node are there. So again, there's updated information from Neptune, definitely. Then the moon goes over to where Uranus is in Taurus. All that updated information, Uranus can throw a monkey wrench into all of it. You just never know what he's going to, or have this brilliant idea that you would have never thought of. Oh, wow. It was right there and I didn't see it. That when you have those moments. So that's
Those are
kind of,
Uranus moments, huh?
yeah.
Interesting.
It just comes out of nowhere. Yeah, it's cool.
Okay, is there anything else you want to say about that?
No, we can't. If I could predict Uranus, I'd be somewhere.
Yeah. And Jupiter and Mercury, you want to go any further?
Yeah, today, did we talk about that? No, okay, on the 6th, it's on the 4th with the, oh my goodness, I have so many papers. How did I lose it? There it is, June 4th. Okay, June 4th, when Venus is conjunct the Sun and Jupiter is conjunct Mercury at 2 degrees. Okay, now they just, at this point, Mercury will just have gone past Sedna. So he's going to have a lot to say after that about abuse, about distortion, all of this stuff that we have out there that she's got a eye on, and she knows it needs healed. It's going to come up for healing. So then he's going to be with Jupiter, and Jupiter's going to help him expand that message. That's all.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be loud. And also, as we release, how can we heal it? Where's the solutions? That'll be there too. Here's the problem. Here's the solution. And we got to keep balancing that out.
Right.
The Pleiades. Okay, so the Pleiades have been up there for a little while. I mean, they're always up there.
Yeah, it's true.
They've been close to proximity. We're getting a lot of vibration. The Pleiades talks to the central sun, then talks to our sun, and it's constantly. That's how we constantly are upgraded in intelligence, wisdom, and frequency, vibration, all of it. So there we go with now Mercury and Jupiter. We just heard what they're going to do. Mercury is going to want to speak about what was upsetting Sedna. So does Jupiter. She just went by her too. And how are we going to make that? How are we going to resolve that? How are we going to fix that? You know, that's another thing with Gemini season. It's about solutions. It's about finding the way
Good.
forward.
We like
way.
solutions.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and that's going to come from the Pleiades. That's higher, very higher consciousness information.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Then we have our new moon in Gemini. You want to read that, Heather?
Sure. Time for ambitious desires. Invest time in your passions. Release draining relationships. Let them go. Keep track of your great ideas. Focus on communication. Indulge your creativity and cultivate your social life.
I have no social life.
I'm beginning to have one. But otherwise, you guys are my social life. Yeah,
I know, right?
That's what I was just going to say. That's it.
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
community is my social life. For
yeah,
sure.
this is who I want to hang out. I want to be with people who understand me. I didn't.
Yeah.
Really, I don't want to be around people that think I'm nuts or
Exactly.
whatever. I like being around people that think the same way.
Yeah, I've had enough of that. Enough of that. Years of that. I send everybody love, but it's just, you know, but what is that? A caterpillar doesn't speak butterfly language. Is that
Right.
Well, I agree with Leah. She says that they are our social security.
Yeah. Also, I just want to say hi to Randy and Leah and Harley and Silver Star Priestess. And thank you all for coming in. We sure appreciate it.
Yeah.
And thanks for your comments. We love the comments in the chat. If you have any questions, I forgot to put a banner up. Okay.
Yes, we are definitely family.
Please, yeah. We love to hear your feedback.
Yeah.
So the new moon in Gemini, I love it. Write down your ambitious desires. The more ambitious, the better.
And Valerie was talking about keeping lists, and here's a very good reason why.
Yes.
This line here.
Yeah.
So that you know what your ambitious desires are, and you know what your passions are. You can invest your time in them, things like that.
Yeah. It's important, you know. Right. It's even if you read a card on your wish. Do you put some sort of your energy into your highest intentions, and then the universe starts speaking to us.
And put it on a Post-it note and stick it on your mirror in the morning when you get up. So
Harley says, Valerie, you're amazing. You post the best things. They're so inspirational. I agree.
Thank you.
Leah says, use your hands. They're a Gemini area.
Yes.
Yeah, I hardly ever talk without them.
I know. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard. Yeah, you know, we got 2 eyes, 2 ears, lungs, the hands, legs. You know, that all is ruled by Gemini. And if you talk with your hands, that's definitely you have a strong Gemini, you know, in you. I don't know how
Do you have anything else on the new moon you want to tell us?
I'm sure I do. Okay, so we're up the build up, the new moon conjunctions day. Okay, remember Gemini's day-to-day activities, everything you do within the day. Duality, right? It's always check every side of an issue. And I have been getting duality leads to unity. I don't know really what that means. And like we were all, I guess, to explain it easy, where we all have the same kind of idea on what it is to be a good human, you know, having integrity, honesty, truth, and all that stuff. That would be the unity part to me. I don't know. What do you think?
I agree with you. Your duality, you've got everybody's different ideas, but the unity is when you take all those ideas and merge them together.
Yeah. Into unity consciousness, which is our ascension, where we're going.
Exactly.
Yes. So that's important. You know, we and a lot of times in Gemini season, we don't stop and listen and take in that pause, do the sacred pause, silence, meditate, because we
They
are
can't talk
so
to us if we don't get quiet.
right. And we're so connected. They're right. I mean, the veil's gone, right? But especially now in Gemini season, we are so connected. We're just, it's just getting better and better as time
It
goes
is.
on.
Yeah.
Did I talk about that Jupiter, Pluto trine?
No.
Okay, that's
Hang on,
important.
I don't think that's on here, so I'm gonna take this
Okay.
down so you can
Yeah,
talk.
I was going to say, there's just so much this week, and I was reading what Leah said, and I said I've never heard of that one, but that also goes with the beginning of this week.
Oh, you talking about the cinnamon trick?
Yeah,
Hang on, let me
I've
show
never heard
this.
it before.
Yeah, I have it
We
on
put
my.
it in the doorway as you leave on the first of each month
Mhm.
for prosperity.
I have it on my community page. I posted every first of the month.
Cool.
So you just stand there with the cinnamon in your hand and you speak what you prefer, what you wish, and you open your front door and you blow it in and just leave it there. Or
You
could
blow
do
it
with
into the house or out of the house?
into the house.
Into the house.
And
Okay.
don't sweep it up. Just leave it. Yeah.
Okay, so you open the front
No
door, turn around,
sweeping.
and blow it in.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
For a couple of days. Yeah. Or you could use sea salt. That's a good one.
Interesting.
Yeah, I do that every month. What was I talking about? The Jupiter trine, Pluto trine.
Hey,
Really
Jenny.
cool.
The
Hi,
Jupiter
Jenny.
trine.
Okay, Jupiter is at 2 degrees. Pluto's at 1. So they're going to be in this kind of trine for a little while. Well, not really.
Valerie, I think you have your
I haven't touched anything.
do you have your
Mm-mm. Not me.
no YouTube going on
Mm-mm.
No.
on your phone?
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's gone anyway.
Okay. All right.
I don't know why it was there.
They don't want to talk about it.
The room.
Yeah, it's a couple weeks. It's a good trine. It's a good connection because Pluto, also an Aquarius who wants to find out how we can bring in some healing and solutions to this old construct. Jupiter's there and they're vibing off each other. So we're going to hear a lot of brilliant ideas about how to heal a lot of humanity's ills, so the last time they trined together was 1977, and a lot of things for humanity, social programs, things like
Yeah,
that.
a lot of social changes.
Yeah. And
God knows we need them.
we do. Let's see what we got. Okay, look out for your spiritual downloads. You're going to be getting a lot of those. Integrate. Okay. They want me to talk. Gemini is fast, right? And it's your mind. And Aries, Mars is your ego. So they're kind of both in the mix. The thing is, they both work for the heart. And how do you know who is what the heart wants? Because the heart's very quiet compared to your mind that's just jabbering away all the time. And Mars and ego saying, just let's get over there, whatever it's saying, so you got to stop, kind of put your hand on your heart, feel into it, ask the question, whatever it is, and how does it feel? Once our feelings are our navigation system, and that's ruled by Cancer, so that's coming up. But if you can play with that during this time period where you got to slow that mind down, though. You got to make it, okay, is this what my heart really wants? Or am I just jumping in the car and going over here for nothing? I'm just wasting time, whatever it is. So that's important. They wanted to say that.
Right.
Higher learning and the truth. Didn't we talk about this last time, Priscilla? The truth and lies. How do we, especially like out in the external world, right? How do we know who's telling us the truth and who's not. And all this information comes at us so fast every second of the day. And that's again why they want us to be able to put our hand on our heart and ask, feel into it. Does it feel true? Whatever that is, you know, and then proceed how you'd prefer to go forward.
Right.
But that's really going to be a hard thing to this next year, to really discern who's speaking the truth, who's speaking for unconditional love truth, not
Right.
not that other mixed up truth. So that is important. That's from the Sagittarius full moon, because that was about truth. And
Right.
we've been in that for about 2 weeks. And now that information, to get clarity on the information and really use your guidance on what is true, what isn't.
Use your gut. I think the next one is the full moon, but of course you'll be here for the full moon too.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I sent you that?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
May 23rd, 24th, we've already done.
That was the old full
Oh.
moon. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking it was the new full moon. Oh, and the Jupiter and Gemini. Did we talk about that? We did at the beginning.
Well, this is good, though. It explains it a little better if you want to read it.
The planet of expansion, optimism, and abundance has moved from Taurus to Venusian Earth sign to an airy and fast-paced Gemini. This transit will enhance and expand our logical mind, communications, and enhance our learning. Jupiter will enhance how we perceive and digest information and our collective awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's one more on that. Oh, curiosity, knowledge, and communication.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot going to be discussed. Right, the discussions are starting. I mean, they're always going on, but this is really elevating those.
Right.
Yeah, I can see this because everybody's curious of how do we fix this, and so they go get the knowledge needed, and they have to communicate it.
Yeah, and everybody went by Chiron in Aries. Everybody has gone past, even Mars. And the North Node's now going the other way. So everybody got their healing in for each attribute of each sign. There's a lot of healing going on every level. So every aspect, every energy body we have.
So they've already all gone by Chiron, and now they're all moving past Sedna.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. It's going to be interesting. And Sedna is there for 11,000 years.
Yeah.
It just takes some time.
Yeah, wow. I think he stays in a degree. I want to say at least 100 years in a degree. I can't. Well, we'd have to add up. There's what? How many?
Well, it has to. Yeah. And because it's elliptical, does she stay longer in some signs than others? Like when we one we looked at that was 1 to 9 years.
Yes.
Is it Chiron that's 1 to 9 years in a sign?
Just a second.
Yeah. Chiron switches. I mean, he's in Aries for a long time. That's closest.
There's 2 signs, Pisces, and maybe it was Aries that he's in 9 years, and all the rest are different.
Yeah.
Because I think it's because of the elliptical orbit. So I imagine Sedna's the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's and this is the closest she is to Earth. So this matters to us, and what she's asking for in Gemini, because she was been in Taurus for a long time, slow moving, and we saw kind of how everything was like in slow motion, torture, humanity being abused. And I don't know. I think she was just discovered in 2008, I want to say. You guys did it on her. Do you know when she was discovered? I can't remember.
I didn't pull that file up.
But she's there, and she's in a significant spot right now. So they're getting their she wants everybody to clear the healing, to do the healing. Nobody's going to go by her or Chiron. except the moon until next April. And that will be when Neptune moved a degree.
Wow.
Zero
That is
degree.
amazing.
It'll
Heather,
be
that
zero.
information would be in the show rundown. It wouldn't be in what you have. What you
Yeah,
gave
but I'm
me.
not sure I have that. Let me look.
I don't think you
can-
do.
Let's see, we can ask. When was Sedna discovered?
Yeah, that's the easiest thing to do. Is just look it up.
Google it.
That's what
That's
she's
all I
doing.
ever do. I'm always
That's what she's doing.
in November 14th, 2003, in Scorpio.
In Scorpio.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So that's gonna really. She's there. She was. I mean,
Cool.
wow.
Well, ladies, we're at an hour, believe it or not.
Wow.
That was a lot of information.
Yes, it
Valerie, thank
was.
you so much for keeping us updated.
Yes,
Where
thank you
are
so much.
you on next, Miss Valerie?
Oh, thank you for asking, because I forget to say these things. So tomorrow night, Diana and I were going to jump in together on the chart of the verdict.
Oh,
the
cool.
other
That'll
day.
be interesting.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah, so we're going to break that down. I'm not sure though the time yet, 7 or 9, but somewhere around there on Eastern. I
Fantastic.
don't know. After that, I don't even know. Goodness.
Well, I
But-
think we have a show on Monday, which is the Wisdom Circle's on, and Sun Psychic Jean will join us, and that's 4:00 Eastern. She's gonna talk about auras, the auric fields. So that's going to be super interesting to hear about.
And then on
Yeah.
Tuesday, we're talking about our personal power.
Oh, I like that.
How
How
to
to
give
give it away
it
and
away
how
and
not
how to
to.
get it back.
And how to
Yeah.
go back.
It's
Yes.
important. It's important.
is.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
that. That's an excellent idea. I like what Randy said. I feel the cinnamon works anytime. Intention is everything. I agree.
That's
Absolutely.
true.
Intention is
That's true.
everything.
Mhm.
Like that. New beginnings. That's what I
New beginnings.
Big
Perfect.
changes, hope, intuition, growth, blessings, move quickly in a new path. As for all of our new earth we're creating.
I love it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Everybody, thank you for being here and communicating through the chat. We love to have you here. And Valerie, you know, we love having you twice a month, new moon, full moon.
Absolutely.
So she'll be back in a couple of weeks to talk about the full moon.
Mhm.
And go out and spread your love, you guys.
Yes.
Go out, spread that love, enjoy the beautiful spring weather that we're having, and
And ride the crest.
ride the crest of those emotions. There's no reason to dive deep or
They'll
go
come
too
up to
high.
you if it's important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. We love
Yeah.
you, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.
Love you guys.